Hello, honorable members of the clan. I just forgot to put on a t-shirt, so I hope you don't mind because being a content creator, sometimes we forget to do things. These are the things that you are going to learn as a content creator. But today, I don't want to talk too much about being a YouTuber. I want to talk about the financial aspect of YouTubing or being an Instagrammer. Did you know that threads have started to pay on Instagram? People are making thousands of dollars from the Instagram account by threading. If you have not applied for threads, I don't know what you are waiting for because Instagram is paying content creators. Yes, I believe it is also rolled out to some parts of Africa. People are sharing the crazy amounts of money that they are making. Obviously, in South Africa, TikTok does not pay you for TikToking. They used to have some kind of a fund or a creative fund, I think it was called back in the day. I don't know what happened to that. I think they were setting aside something like $100 million, and then they will pay creators as per their engagements or whatever the case was. But I think that kind of fell away in South Africa. But if you go to the US, Canada, UK, down under, like you're in New Zealand and Australia, if you have a TikTok account, apparently you get paid. You do get paid for the views and engagements on those channels, right? Now, I've also heard a lot of people talk about YouTube being the best social media platform to make money on because YouTube pays better. And that is what I want to talk about because I'm a YouTuber. I do earn from YouTube. And I want to advise you the type of content that you ought to do on your channel in order for you to get paid a decent amount of money. Now, there is this thing or this term or terminologies on YouTube called CPM. That's basically cost per miller or cost per 1,000 views. So, for an example, the business topic that I talk about on my business channel, it pays a CPM of $12 per 1,000 views. So for every 1,000 views, an advertiser is willing to pay me and YouTube $12. Now, YouTube is the one that bids to advertisers to place ads on my videos. All right, just like this video, when you see an ad, YouTube would have went to the advertiser and said, for this video, we want you to pay us this amount of money, $12. And then the advertiser would look at this video and say, I think this is the best video to advertise my product or my brand or my services on. And then here's your $12. Now, $12 on YouTube is a lot of money. It's almost the high end paying salary. I would say salary, not earnings, because I wanna you to treat your YouTube channel like a business or at least as work. Because at work, it is where we get salaries. Yes, we also get wages as well in some parts of the world, but I choose to say salary. All right. Now, out of that $12, YouTube is going to take its cut. Remember, they're the ones who went and bidded to the advertiser to place an ad on your video. So now, because they successfully got an advertiser agreeing to this, they get a cut. They only take 45% of the $12. The 55% that remains is yours as a YouTuber. Now, this is where it gets a little interesting. When I say do not focus on numbers, This is the very reason why I'm saying this. Because if you are going to focus too much on, is my channel growing? Am I getting subscribers? Are people doing this? Why people are not doing that? You are doing YouTube the wrong way. The very wrong way. The only numbers you should concern yourself is pumping videos onto your channel. That means every single day of your life as a content creator, you are thinking nothing but content. What am I going to be talking about next on my channel? What am I going to be creating next on my channel? My channel, my channel, my channel. Just content, videos, videos, videos. That's all that you need to think about. You know why? Because the more videos you post on your channel, the more money you are going to make. Remember, you take home roughly around $6.45, $6.55 per 1,000 views. Now imagine you have 10,000 people watching that one video that is paying you $6.55 per 1,000 views. Do the calculations. Do the calculations, and you will come back and say, Clantes, why have you been quiet about this all this time? I'm busy waking up, going to work for somebody else and making them millions, but I only get the crumbs of that money when I could have been a content creator and making all this money. That is why I'm here. And I'm saying your child who is doing matric and will be matriculating in January, and now, because you don't have money to take them to university or to further their studies in a tertiary institution, I'm saying here's an alternative for them to keep themselves busy and making their own money. Right? Now, when you talk about business topics, when you talk about finance topics, when you talk about real estate topics, when you are going to talk about insurance topics, all of these topics, they have one thing in common: money, right? So these what we call high-end paying CPMs on YouTube. Now, your daughter or your son, your niece or nephew, you are worried about them when they matriculate. Where are they going to do, or what are they going to do? Because the economy is not producing jobs. That's a fact. They don't have working experience. That's a fact. Which all of these things they play against them. So meaning there is a very high possibility that your kids are unemployable in the current South African economic setting, right? So they'll have to do things in order for them to gain some sort of skill and experience before they go for a certain job, right? But if they have their own YouTube channels and they were studying business and economics, I don't know what subjects are called these days with the new schooling system. But back in my days, business and economics, all you do, your child who just finished matric and knows about this subject can set up a YouTube channel and tutor the new matriculants, the class of 2025, about business and economics. If they did accountancy as well, and they're pretty good at accountancy, they can set up and tutor accountancy on their YouTube channels. If they did biology, I think these days it's called life science. I don't know why it was changed from, but anyways, all of those subjects, they can tutor them. Tell me how many matriculants, the class of 2025, will appreciate that channel. Yeah, a lot. The parents in particular. are the ones that are going to take an interest in that. So much so that your daughter or your son or your nephew or niece or next door neighbor or the kids in your community may even get one-on-one tutoring opportunities where they can charge, listen to this, where they can charge 1,000 rand an hour to tutor these kids. Most of the time, it's going to be the rich kids. I mean, I'm speaking from experience here. 1,000 rand an hour. Why? Because the parents saw you on YouTube or they saw your child on YouTube. They will provide transportation for them, meals, you name it. So there are doors of opportunities that will open for your child. Now, let's talk about the middle earning CPMs on YouTube. That will be vlogs. Vlogs pay somewhere around $5 to $6 per 1,000 views. It's not bad money if you ask me, especially when your audience gravitates towards your channel and they also gravitate towards you because they find you interesting, they find you relatable, they find your channel entertaining, whatever the case might be. That the reason why they come and watch your videos. And you could make between $5 and $7 per 1,000 views. So can you imagine if your vlog hits 50,000 views because people love you that much? Meaning that you can take 50,000 divided by 1,000, which will be roughly around 500, I think. Is it 500? Yeah, somewhere there. I'm not that good. And then you multiply that by 5, and there is your salary on YouTube. Can you imagine how your child or your nephew or niece will not have to worry, even you as a parent? You get up in the morning, they are still asleep, you're worried that they are going to melt into nothingness because they don't know what to do. But them bringing home, and I always say this to all my clients. Yes, I also run a one-on-one consultation. I charge 800 Rand per hour to set up and grow your YouTube channel. Yeah, that's what I do. I always tell my clients that if you make $300 a month as a person who is unemployed, you've done well. Because that means with that $300, how much is that in South African exchange rates? Let's see how much that is so that I put this into perspective for you to understand what an impact this is going to do to them or yourself for that matter. So okay, let's put it this way. What is $300 in rands? So that will be 5,435 rand. Now, 5.4. This person doesn't necessarily have to wake up in the morning, take a taxi or any transportation to chip away from this 5,000 rand. They don't have to because they work from home. They work from home. So meaning they can take 1,400 rand, save it. They are left to 4,000 rand, right? And then they contribute to household groceries. They contribute to household electricity and water. Maybe 2,000 rand to add on to what you are already contributing. They are left with 2,000 rand. Now, that 2,000 rand, some part of it is paying for the Wi-Fi. Some part of it is going to buy a microphone. Some part, because now you have to invest into your channel to enhance the quality of your videos. Maybe they're gonna need to buy new outfits so that they don't seem to be wearing the same thing on camera. And probably they'll be left with 500 rand and they're able to take that 500 rand and save it. If they have ambitions of going to tertiary the following year, they already started saving for their tuition fees. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? So vlogs that have that tendency of placing people in a, I would not say a comfortable zone, but at least they get some kind of income. Many vloggers that I know personally, they make around 25,000 to 55,000 rand a month here in South Africa. Vloggers. There are some vloggers, when you look at them, don't think they're not making money. They are making a lot of money. A lot of money. And on top of that, don't forget, as a content creator, whether you are on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, wherever, there are brands also that are eyeing you. And you must also eye some brands yourself. That's extra stream of income. All right. Then let's talk about the lower end CPM. This is the CPM where it pays about $1 to about $2.50. So these will be your commentary videos, your gossip, your entertainment. Yeah, that one you need to overcompensate with views in order for you to make a decent amount of money. All right. Uh, so you need to think about it. Do you want to create a channel where you are gossiping, and at the end of the month you don't make any more than $200 because of views? I'm not saying don't create commentary videos. I'm not saying don't create gossip channels. Do so. But you must understand that you are going to be the lower end CPM. The lowest ones, of course, will be religious content. So if you're thinking that, oh, I'm going to YouTube to preach, I'm going to preach the word, you are not going to get paid. You're going to be paid in cents per 1,000 views. You're going to have to overly compensate with views. And I'm talking to make $100. Literally, you're going to have millions of views on your videos. So I do see a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to create content where I'm going to demonstrate my faith. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, by the way, if you are going to talk about your faith on YouTube, there are community guidelines that you need to be careful of. Because as a religious person, you will tend to trade on some terminologies that you will not be allowed to talk about. I'm talking topics. Simply because, yes, it's in the Bible or it's in the Quran or it's in some religious texts and you want to talk about it as freely as you want. Remember, YouTube is not yours. It belongs to a human being, and this human being has rules. All right. So be careful, because a lot of Christian, in particular, YouTube channels have been deleted by the platform simply because they cross that line. And that is why I also believe that the CPMs are so low so that even if your channel gets deleted, you will not feel it. Versus if you were making your primary income out of your YouTube channel. So you need to be a little bit smart about it to make a little bit more money. Make it almost like a talk show slash podcast type of situation where you throw in money talk and you throw in blessings and manifestations, and obviously praying is manifesting. So you basically talk about God, but in a business language type of situation. You will get away with a lot with that, and your money as well will be a little bit higher, probably around $3 per 1,000 views and things like that. All right. So I thought, let me talk about the topics that I believe that South Africans enjoy the most and how much you could get paid from them. Vlogs. South Africans love vlogs. South Africans love vlogs. The second one, of course, it is going to be your story time entertainment. People want to open gossip channels or entertainment channels, as they will call them. They don't pay that much, unfortunately. And then we come to money talks, either personal finance or how to make money online. Like right now, you are listening to me because I am teaching you about how to make money online, and you need zero capital. Zero. So I thought, let me talk about these three before we delve deeper into others as well, like product reviews. Listen, what I love about product review videos is that you don't stay too long without being approached by a brand because they loved the way you reviewed their product. I mean, Huawei, and I'm talking about the Huawei phone. Oh, this Huawei phone does this. The microphone sound. It has what do you call this? Sound cancellation. Da 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 da. And Huawei's like, we like you. And then I get a gig with a paying gig with Huawei. So I love that. But also, it's your mid CPM type of content. That means you make around $5 to about $12 per 1,000 views by reviewing products. Make sure whenever you review a product, it's a product that you know, you use, you understand, and it has the benefits that you are going to talk about, because you are going to be watched by people that trust and love you. And whatever you say, they will take it to heart. Don't lie to your audience, your community, basically. I saw somebody saying that not everybody are going to be influencers. Yes, I do agree with that. That is why I am going to bring to your attention. I'm currently busy collecting jobs, other jobs that your children can pursue other than content creation. But I'm telling you right now, content creation is the biggest and probably the easiest to make an income. All the other ones that I'm going to be bringing to you, it's a matter of patience, endurance, as well as some tears, because you'll be sending out CVs, you'll be having virtual interviews. If you have internet connection, cool. If you don't have internet Wi-Fi connection, you'll miss the opportunity. Versus if you are a content creator and you don't have Wi-Fi connection, you can always go to the nearest mall or get a rich auntie to sponsor you for a year, eat that 100 Rand a month. You know, that type of situation. I agree. Not all of us are going to be content creators and influencers, but I also don't want this to be reduced to that. I want you guys to look at it as a job. If it's not a job, at least as a business that is going to bring you in income. All right. Please, let's have that mentality and that mindset, because it's rough out there. It's very rough. I know this for a fact because where I used to work, I used to be a panel of interviewers, and I know what interviewers are looking for. And these days, your social media platform is now your CV. So imagine you have, or your child has a YouTube channel or an Instagram account or TikTok, and what they are doing there is changing lives. And then they get a call from a firm or a company they always dreamed of working for. They go into her socials or his socials and they love what they see. Do you know what those companies are going to do? They're going to say, we want to associate ourselves with your personal brand. You are hired. So don't discourage content creation and call it influencership. All that stuff is 2017, by the way. Right now, social media is a business. Business people are doing business on YouTube, on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. So don't get left behind. That's all I'm saying. So I hope this helps so that you have a better perspective as to what you are going to be earning once your child, or what your child is going to start earning once they establish their own YouTube channel. Those of you who want to create YouTube channels for your little ones, I'm not going to use the word because I might get flagged. For your beginnies, if you're going to open an account, open a Gmail account for beginnies, and then you are going to be the custodian of the Gmail account, including the channel for the beginnies. Yeah, because when I use the word, YouTube doesn't like that. Or YouTube doesn't like that either. Yeah. So beginnies, you know what I mean, right? Yeah. So just open a Gmail account for under, how do we put this in, for ingane, let's put it that way, for ingane beginnies. All right, that way if you want to groom them now, which is actually the best, I find YouTube channels for beginnies to be so interesting because my nieces, they don't watch the regular YouTube, this one, they watch the beginnies one. And when you see other kids having YouTube channels and growing their confidence in front of the camera, it's a beautiful sight. You can tell that these kids are going to grow up in this business. And this is probably the only business they will understand, even when they are adults someday, and making millions. Do you know that the youngest YouTube millionaire is a 9-year-old? $400 million worth. That's how much money he makes. 9 years old. That's the youngest YouTuber. It's a fact. You can check it if you want to. Ryan, his name. Anyways, guys, I think this is about enough what I just wanted to bring to your attention. But consistency is going to be your best friend, my friend. Please don't leave this video without liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And normal programming will continue with the Senzo Meyewa unaliving trial tomorrow morning. For now, I hope you take some notes and realize that money is knocking on your door. Goodbye.